Todd is third. YH8 Racing is P4. Best lap is a 1:09.477. Todd from New Zealand is P3. YH8 Racing is P4. Yamashita 40 is first. YH8 Racing is fourth. Todd is P3. YH8 Racing is fourth. Chris Butt is P3. Todd is second. Best lap is a 1:08.065. Yamashita 40 is P1. Todd is P2. Chris Butt is third. Yamashita 40 is first. Best lap is a 1:07.611. Chris Butt is P4. The qualification session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the northeast. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is P1 on mediums. Chris Butt from New Zealand is P3 on mediums. YH8 Racing is second on mediums. Chris Butt is P3. Yamashita 40 is P1 on mediums. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Yamashita 40 improved his P1 with a 107.539. Chris Butt is third. Chris Butt improved his P2 with a 108.314. 0.775 off pole. Todd from New Zealand is second up 0.41 on mediums. MMR 333 from New Zealand is P5 up 0.32 on mediums. MMR 333 improved his P3 with a 108.141. 0.602 off pole. Jason Short from New Zealand is P2 on mediums. MMR 333 is third up 0.10. MMR 333 improved is P2 with a 107.669. 0.130 off pole. Jason Short is third. Jason Short is provisional pole with a 107.489. Chris Butt is fifth. Best lap is a 108.314. 0.825 off pole. Todd is fourth up 0.14 on mediums. Five minutes remaining in the session. Todd improved his P4 with a 108.018. 0.529 off pole. Chris Butt is fifth. Yamashita 40 is P2. Best lap is a 107.539. 0.050 off pole. MMR 333 is third up 0.11. Todd is P4. Todd improved his P4 with a 107.844. 0.355 off pole. Jason Short is P1 up 0.17. Chris Butt is P5. Todd is 4th up 0.25. Jason Short is provisional pole with a 107.474. Todd improved his P3 with a 107.545. 0.071 off pole. Chris Butt is 5th. YH8 Racing is 6th up 0.11. Todd is P3. Jason Short from New Zealand is P1 up 0.13. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Illis from New Zealand is 7th up 0.89 on mediums. Todd is P3. Best lap is a 107.545. 0.071 off pole. Broadcast bot is 20th. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the northeast. Jason Short is first. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is P2 on mediums. Todd from New Zealand is P3 on mediums. MMR 333 from New Zealand is P4 on mediums. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. MMR 333 is now P3. YH8 Racing is P2 on mediums. MMR 333 is third. Todd is fourth. MMR 333 is third. YH8 Racing is P2. Todd on lap 2 is P3, 0.5 ahead of MMR 333. YH8 Racing on lap 2 is second, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is third, 0.4 behind YH8 Racing. Todd is now P2. MMR 333 is P3, 0.2 ahead of Jason Short. MMR 333 lost P3 to Jason Short. Jason Short from New Zealand is third on mediums, 0.3 ahead of MMR 333. Jason Short lost third to MMR 333. MMR 333 is third, 0.2 ahead of Jason Short. Todd is P2, 0.6 ahead of MMR 333. Todd was 0.6 faster last lap. MMR 333 is fourth on mediums, 0.1 behind Jason Short. Todd is P2. Best lap is a 1:08.250. MMR 333 on lap 4 is P4, 0.2 behind Todd. Chris Butt from New Zealand is 6th on mediums. Best lap is a 1:08.619. 0.369 off the fastest lap. Chris Butt passed YH8 Racing for P5. Todd is P3. MMR 333 is P4, 0.3 behind Todd. Jason Short is P2, 0.5 behind Yamashita 40. 15 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is P4 on mediums, 0.5 behind Todd. MMR 333 was 1.2 faster last lap. Jason Short is second, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is P4, 0.4 behind Todd. Jason Short is P2, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is P4, 0.3 behind Todd. Jason Short is second, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. Jason Short was 0.8 faster last lap. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.3 behind Todd. Jason Short is P2, 1.0 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.8 behind Todd. Jason Short is P2. Best lap is a 1:08.005. 0.470 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 is P4, 0.3 behind Todd. Jason Short is 2nd, 0.7 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 0.5 faster last lap. MMR 333 is 4th. Best lap is a 1:08.267. 0.807 off the fastest lap. Jason Short from New Zealand is 2nd, 1.0 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.6 behind Todd. Jason Short is 2nd, 0.8 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is P4, 0.4 behind Todd. Jason Short is P2, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is P4, 0.6 behind Todd. Jason Short is 2nd, 0.7 behind Yamashita 40. 10 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is P4, 0.7 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is P2. MMR 333 is now 3rd. Todd is 2nd, 0.9 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is 3rd, 0.9 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 exiting pits on mediums. Todd is 2nd, 1.2 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is third, 1.4 behind Todd. Todd is second, 1.7 ahead of MMR 333. Todd was 0.8 faster last lap. MMR 333 is P3 on mediums, 1.9 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is P6, 1.5 behind ILSV. MMR 333 is P3, 2.0 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is P6, 1.0 behind ILSV. YH8 Racing was 1.4 faster last lap. ILSV from New Zealand is P6 on mediums battling YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing was 1.5 faster last lap. Todd is second, 2.8 behind Jason Short. ILSV is P6, 2.1 behind YH8 Racing. Todd is P2, 2.4 behind Jason Short. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is P7. MMR 333 is third, 3.5 behind Todd. Todd was 1.2 faster last lap. Yamashita 40 exiting pits on mediums. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Todd is second. Best lap is a 1:07.403. MMR 333 is P3, 3.1 behind Todd. Todd was 0.8 faster last lap. Todd is P2, 2.3 behind Jason Short. MMR 333 is P3, 2.8 behind Todd. Todd is second, 2.6 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is third on mediums, 2.8 behind Todd. MMR 333 was 1.0 faster last lap. Chris Butt is fifth, 1.2 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 is third, 2.9 behind Todd. Chris Butt is P5. Best lap is a 1:08.122. 0.719 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 is P3. Best lap is a 1:08.098. 0.695 off the fastest lap. Chris Butt is P5, 3.9 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 is P3 on mediums, 2.9 behind Todd. Chris Butt is P5. MMR 333 on lap 17 is P3, 2.9 behind Todd. Todd was 0.5 faster last lap. Todd is P2. Illisp entering the pits is 6th. MMR 333 is third, 2.8 behind Todd. Todd is second, 2.9 ahead of MMR 333. The leader has just finished the race. Jason Short finished first. Todd finished P2. Yamashita 40 finished P6. MMR 333 finished third. YH8 Racing is fourth. YH8 Racing finished P4. Chris Butt finished 5th. Broadcast bot is P8. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the northeast. Yamashita 40 is P1. Chris Butt from New Zealand is P2 on mediums. YH8 Racing is 3rd on mediums. MMR 333 from New Zealand is P4 on mediums. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Chris Butt is 2nd. YH8 Racing is P3. Chris Butt is P2. YH8 Racing is 4th. MMR 333 is 3rd. YH8 Racing is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Jason Short. YH8 Racing is now P4. Jason Short from New Zealand is 4th on mediums, battling YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is 5th, 0.6 behind Jason Short. MMR 333 is 6th, 0.4 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing on lap 3 is P6, battling MMR 333. YH8 Racing was 1.1 faster last lap. YH8 Racing passed MMR 333 for P5. MMR 333 is 6th, 0.2 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 passed YH8 Racing for 5th. YH8 Racing is P6, 0.6 behind MMR 333. Jason Short is P4, 1.0 behind Todd. Chris Butt is P2 on mediums, 1.3 behind Yamashita 40. Jason Short is 4th, 0.5 behind Todd. MMR 333 is P5, 1.3 behind Jason Short. Jason Short is P4. Best lap is a 1:07.483. Todd from New Zealand is P3 on mediums, 0.6 ahead of Jason Short. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Jason Short is 4th on mediums, 0.4 behind Todd. Todd is 3rd on mediums, 0.3 ahead of Jason Short. Jason Short is 4th. Todd is P3, 0.7 behind Chris Butt. Jason Short on lap 6 is 4th, 0.5 ahead of MMR 333. Todd is 3rd, 0.5 behind Chris Butt. MMR 333 is P5, 0.4 behind Jason Short. MMR 333 was 0.7 faster last lap. Todd is P3, 0.5 behind Chris Butt. MMR 333 from New Zealand is P5, 0.6 behind Jason Short. Todd is P3, 0.4 behind Chris Butt. MMR 333 is P5, 0.3 behind Jason Short. Todd is P3, 0.5 behind Chris Butt. MMR 333 is 5th, 0.2 behind Jason Short. Todd is P3. Best lap is a 1:07.748. 0.510 off the fastest lap. Todd passed Chris Butt for second. Chris Butt is third, 0.5 behind Todd. Jason Short is P4, 0.4 behind Chris Butt. MMR 333 is P5 on mediums, 0.5 behind Jason Short. Jason Short is fourth, 0.1 behind Chris Butt. Jason Short is now third. MMR 333 from New Zealand is fourth, 0.5 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing on lap 9 is 7th, 1.8 behind Illusv. 10 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.9 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing is 7th, 1.5 behind Illusv. MMR 333 is P4, 0.7 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing is P7, 1.0 behind Illusv. MMR 333 on lap 10 is 4th, 0.6 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing is 7th, 1.3 behind Illusv. YH8 Racing was 0.8 faster last lap. MMR 333 from New Zealand is P4, 0.5 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing is P7, 0.5 behind Illusv. MMR 333 on lap 11 is P4, 0.3 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing is 7th, 0.8 behind Illusv. YH8 Racing passed Illusv for P6. MMR 333 is P4, 0.5 behind Jason Short. Illis from New Zealand on lap 12 is 7th on mediums, 2.2 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.3 behind Jason Short. Illis is P7, 0.8 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 is 4th on mediums, 0.4 behind Jason Short. Illis from New Zealand is 7th, 0.8 behind YH8 Racing. Illis was 0.9 faster last lap. MMR 333 is P4, 0.4 behind Jason Short. Illis is 7th, 1.3 behind YH8 Racing. 5 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is P4, 0.4 behind Jason Short. Illis is 7th, 1.1 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 on lap 14 is P4, 0.4 behind Jason Short. Jason Short is 3rd, 0.7 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is P4, 0.7 behind Jason Short. Jason Short is 3rd, 0.3 behind Todd. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.5 behind Jason Short. Jason Short is 3rd, 0.6 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is 4th, 0.5 behind Jason Short. Todd on lap 16 is P3, 0.2 behind Jason Short. MMR 333 on lap 16 is 4th, 2.8 behind Todd. Todd is P3, 0.8 behind Jason Short. MMR 333 is P4, 3.7 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is P7 on mediums, 0.6 behind Ilisv. Todd is P3. MMR 333 on lap 17 is P4, 3.5 behind Todd. Todd is third, 1.5 behind Jason Short. Ilisv lost P5 to Chris Budd. The leader has just finished the race. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand finished first. Jason Short finished P2. Todd finished third. MMR 333 finished fourth. Chris Budd finished fifth. Ilisv is P6. Ilisv finished first. YH8 Racing is 7th. YH8 Racing finished 7th. Broadcast bot is P8. Announcer bot is active. YH8 Racing is first on softs. Todd from New Zealand is first on softs. YH8 Racing is P1. Todd is second. YH8 Racing is second. Todd is P1. MMR333 from New Zealand is P3 on softs. Todd is P1. MMR333 is first. Todd is second. YH8 Racing is P4. MMR 333 is P1 on softs. Best lap is a 126.324. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is P4 on softs. YH8 Racing is P2. MMR 333 is P1 on softs. YH8 Racing is P4. MMR 333 is first. Best lap is a 110.869. Jason Short from New Zealand is 6th on supers. MMR 333 is first. Best lap is a 107.328. Yamashita 40 is P3. Chris Butt is 5th on softs. MMR 333 is first. Best lap is a 106.796. Todd is 6th. YH8 Racing is P3. Best lap is a 150.257. Yamashita 40 is 2nd. Best lap is a 111.988. YH8 Racing is P2. Best lap is a 110.313. Yamashita 40 is 3rd. Jason Short is 6th. Chris Butt is P5. MMR 333 is first. Jason Short is 5th. Yamashita 40 is 3rd. YH8 Racing is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:09.397. Chris Butt is 4th on softs. MMR 333 from New Zealand is 1st. YH8 Racing is P2. Chris Butt is P3. Best lap is a 1:10.442. Yamashita 40 is 4th. YH8 Racing is P2 on softs. Yamashita 40 is P4. MMR 333 from New Zealand is 1st. Todd is 7th. Chris Butt is P3. Illis from New Zealand is P7 on Supers. Jason Short is P6. MMR 333 is P1. YH8 Racing is P3. Jason Short is 6th. MMR 333 is P1. Todd from New Zealand is P4. Best lap is a 1:10.141. Illis is 7th. MMR 333 is 1st. Best lap is a 1:06.563. Chris Butt is P5 on softs. Jason Short is P6. Best lap is a 1:11.659. Todd is 4th. Chris Butt is P5. Jason Short is P6. Illis is 7th. Yamashita 40 is P2. Best lap is a 1:07.479. MMR 333 from New Zealand is first. Best lap is a 1:06.351. Jason Short is sixth. Todd is P4. YH8 Racing is third. Yamashita 40 is second. MMR 333 is first. Best lap is a 1:06.239. Yamashita 40 is second. Jason Short is fifth. Best lap is a 1:10.366. MMR 333 is P1. YH8 Racing is third. Race start. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. Illisp is first. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is second on softs. YH8 Racing is third on softs. Todd from New Zealand is fourth on supers. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Todd is now P2. YH8 Racing is P3. Illisp from New Zealand is third on supers. Jason Short from New Zealand is fifth on supers. Jason Short is now fourth. Todd is fourth. Jason Short is P3. Jason Short is now second. Todd on lap 2 is third, 1.0 behind Jason Short. Todd passed Jason Short for second. Todd is now P4. Jason Short on lap 2 is third, 0.3 ahead of Todd. Jason Short lost third to Todd. Todd is third, 0.9 ahead of Jason Short. Jason Short is P4. Best lap is a 1:20.726. 12.439 off the fastest lap. Todd is P3. Best lap is a 1:21.710. 13.423 off the fastest lap. YH8 Racing is second. Illusv is fifth, 1.0 behind Jason Short. Illusv was 6.9 faster last lap. MMR333 from New Zealand on lap 1 is 6th on softs, 0.1 ahead of. Jason Short from New Zealand is 5th, 0.8 behind Illusv. Illusv was 6.9 faster last lap. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. Jason Short is 5th. Jason Short entering the pits is P19. Todd entering the pits is P18. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Yamashita 40 is P2. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is 5th. Tet 3336 is P2 on supers. Jason Short exiting pits on supers. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. Illusv is P1. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is second on softs. YH8 Racing is third on softs. Todd from New Zealand is P4 on supers. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Todd is now P1. Yamashita 40 is P2. Yamashita 40 is now first. YH8 Racing is P2. TED 3336 is fourth on Supers. TED 3336 passed YH8 Racing for third. TED 3336 is now fourth. YH8 Racing is second. Jason Short from New Zealand is P5 on Supers. Jason Short is now fourth. YH8 Racing on lap 2 is third, 0.3 behind Todd. YH8 Racing lost fourth to Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing lost sixth to MMR 333. Yamashita 40 is fourth. Best lap is a 128.397. 4.724 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 from New Zealand is sixth on softs, 0.2 behind Illis. MMR 333 passed Illis for fifth. TED 3336 is second, 0.8 behind Jason Short. TED 3336 passed Jason Short for P1. Yamashita 40 is third. Best lap is a 109.303. Jason Short is P4, 1.8 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 is fourth, 0.8 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 lost P4 to MMR 333. Jason Short is second, 1.4 behind TED 3336. Todd is P3, 1.2 behind Jason Short. Jason Short was 3.6 faster last lap. Yamashita 40 on lap 4 is fourth, 0.5 behind Todd. Jason Short is third, 1.0 behind MMR 333. Jason Short lost fourth to Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 is fourth, 0.3 behind Todd. "15 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is P2, 0.9 behind TED 3336. Illis from New Zealand is P5 on Supers. Yamashita 40 is P4, 2.1 behind Todd. Todd is third, 0.8 ahead of Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is P2. Todd lost third to Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing entering the pits is 6th. Todd passed Yamashita 40 for P3. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. ILSV is P1. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is second on softs. YH8 Racing is P3 on softs. Todd from New Zealand is fourth on supers. Jason Short entering the pits is P19. 20 minutes remaining in the session race start. Todd passed YH8 Racing for third. MMR 333 from New Zealand is P2 on softs. MMR 333 lost P3 to YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is third. TED 3336 is P6 on supers. YH8 Racing is second. ILSV from New Zealand is fourth on supers. Yamashita 40 on lap 2 is third, 2.2 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P2, 1.3 ahead of Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 is third, 1.0 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing on lap 3 is second, 0.6 ahead of Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 3.9 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is now P1. Yamashita 40 is second. Best lap is a 1:07.574. ILSV is fourth. Best lap is a 1:10.919. 6.159 off the fastest lap. Yamashita 40 is P2, 1.0 behind YH8 Racing. Illis from New Zealand is fourth, 1.7 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 is P2, 0.9 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 passed YH8 Racing for P1. Illis is P4, 2.9 behind Todd. Illis was 8.0 faster last lap. MMR 333 is P5 on softs, 0.7 behind Illis. MMR 333 was 4.1 faster last lap. "15 minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing is second, 3.9 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is P3. MMR 333 is fourth, 1.6 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is P2, 4.7 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is P4, 2.4 behind Todd. Todd is P4. Best lap is a 1:09.692. 7.491 off the fastest lap. YH8 Racing is second. Todd is third. Tet 3336 entering the pits is P6. MMR 333 is P5. MMR 333 exiting pits on supers. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is P1. Tet 3336 exiting pits on supers. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. MMR 333 is fifth. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. MMR 333 is now P2. TED 3336 is P3 on supers. MMR 333 from New Zealand is second on softs. Illis from New Zealand is P5 on supers. YH8 Racing is P2 on softs. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is 5th on softs. YH8 Racing is second on softs, 0.6 behind MMR 333. MMR 333 is P2. Best lap is a 1:18.510. Illis is 6th, 0.3 behind TED 3336. TED 3336 is 6th battling Illis. TED 3336 passed Illis for 5th. Todd from New Zealand on lap 2 is 4th on supers, 0.8 behind MMR 333. Todd is now 4th. Yamashita 40 is P2, 0.8 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is second, 0.3 behind Yamashita 40. TED 3336 is P4, 0.2 behind Illis. YH8 Racing is P2, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing passed Yamashita 40 for first. Yamashita 40 is second, 0.2 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 was 1.1 faster last lap. Yamashita 40 passed YH8 Racing for first. YH8 Racing is P2, 1.0 behind Yamashita 40. Illis is third. YH8 Racing is second, 0.9 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 1.1 faster last lap. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Todd is 5th, 1.0 behind TED 3336. Todd passed TED 33.36 for P4. YH8 Racing is P2, 0.8 behind Yamashita 40. TED 33.36 is 5th, 0.4 behind Todd. YH8 Racing on lap 5 is P2, 0.9 behind Yamashita 40. TED 33.36 is P5, 0.2 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is second, 1.7 behind Yamashita 40. Ilisv is third. YH8 Racing on lap 6 is P2, 2.7 behind Yamashita 40. TED 33.36 on lap 6 is P5. YH8 Racing is P2. TED 33.36 is 5th. YH8 Racing is second. TED 33.36 is fourth. YH8 Racing is second. Best lap is a 1:09.397. 6.399 off the fastest lap. TED 33.36 is fourth, 2.5 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is P2. Ten minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing passed Yamashita 40 for first. TED 33.36 is fourth, 4.6 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is second. Ted 33.36 is fourth, 4.8 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 is P2 on softs, 3.6 behind YH8 Racing. Ted 33.36 is fourth. Yamashita 40 is second, 1.0 behind YH8 Racing. Ted 33.36 is P4. Yamashita 40 is second on softs, 0.7 behind YH8 Racing. Todd is P3. Yamashita 40 is P2, 0.4 behind YH8 Racing. Todd is P3. Yamashita 40 is P2, 0.3 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is first. Ted 33.36 entering the pits is fourth. Todd is third. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. Yamashita 40 is P1. YH8 Racing is P2 on softs. Todd from New Zealand is third on supers. MMR 333 from New Zealand is fourth on softs. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. YH8 Racing is P2. YH8 Racing is now P3. The race session is at Pukekohe Park Raceway in Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. YH8 Racing is P2. Todd from New Zealand is third on supers. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. YH8 Racing is P2 on softs. Todd is P3. YH8 Racing is P2. TET 3336 is fourth on supers. YH8 Racing is P2, 0.5 behind Yamashita 40. TET 3336 is P5, 0.2 behind Todd. TET 3336 passed Todd for P4. MMR 333 from New Zealand is third on softs, 1.2 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P2, 0.7 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is third, 0.4 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 was 2.2 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is P2, 0.7 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 is third on softs, 0.2 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P2, 3.2 behind Yamashita 40. TET 3336 on lap 3 is P5, 3.4 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is second, 2.5 behind Yamashita 40. TET 3336 is fifth, 2.9 behind Todd. TET 3336 passed Todd for fourth. YH8 Racing on lap 5 is second, 1.2 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing was 2.0 faster last lap. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Todd is P5. Best lap is a 1:09.787. 4.821 off the fastest lap. Todd passed 10:33.36 for P4. YH8 Racing is second, 1.9 behind Yamashita 40. Tet 33.36 is P5, 3.9 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is second. Best lap is a 1:08.021. 3.055 off the fastest lap. Tet 33.36 is P5, 3.4 behind Todd. Todd was 5.5 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is P2, 3.7 behind Yamashita 40. Tet 33.36 is fifth, 1.5 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is P2, 3.3 behind Yamashita 40. Tet 33.36 is P5, 1.0 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is second. Tet 33.36 is fifth, 0.4 behind Todd. Tet 33.36 was 2.6 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is second. Tet 33.36 is P5, 4.1 behind Todd. MMR 333 is third, 4.1 behind YH8 Racing. MMR 333 was 2.1 faster last lap. Tet 33.36 is fifth. Best lap is a 1:04.966. 10 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is P3, 3.3 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 exiting pits on supers. YH8 Racing entering the pits is third. MMR 333 passed YH8 Racing for second. MMR 333 is now P1. Todd is P2. Ted 3336 is fourth. YH8 Racing exiting pits on mediums. Ted 3336 is now P3. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is P4 on supers. Best lap is a 1:06.805. 1.839 off the fastest lap. Ted 3336 is third, 4.3 behind Todd. Todd is third, 0.4 behind Ted 3336. Ted 3336 entering the pits is P2. Yamashita 40 is fourth. YH8 Racing is P5 on mediums. Yamashita 40 is P3. Ted 3336 exiting pits on supers. Todd is second. Yamashita 40 is third. YH8 Racing is fourth. Yamashita 40 on lap 12 is third. Ted 3336 is fifth. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is P3, 3.0 behind Todd. YH8 Racing entering the pits is P4. Todd is P2, 2.5 ahead of Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 18.4 faster last lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Yamashita 40 is P3. YH8 Racing exiting pits on mediums. YH8 Racing is 5th on mediums. Yamashita 40 is P3. YH8 Racing is P5. Yamashita 40 is 3rd. YH8 Racing is P5. Yamashita 40 is 3rd, 4.5 behind Todd. YH8 Racing is 5th. Yamashita 40 is 2nd, 0.1 ahead of Todd. Yamashita 40 was 3.9 faster last lap. YH8 Racing entering the pits is 5th. Todd is P3. Yamashita 40 is P2. YH8 Racing exiting pits on softs. MMR 333 is first on softs. Todd is 3rd on supers. Yamashita 40 is 2nd. YH8 Racing is 5th. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is P2. MMR 333 is P1, 0.1 ahead of Yamashita 40. TET 3336 is P4. Todd entering the pits is P2.